Hey guys, Half-Dead here with another patch report for the Salty Shores patch. As you may have already seen in the patch notes, Psyonix fixed 2 bugs I reported and even gave me a shoutout, which is pretty awesome. The short notes left some questions open though, which is why I'm making this video. Firstly, the physics issue causing inconsistencies in turning. I'm not gonna give a full explanation of this issue right here. If you want that, then watch the video about patch 1.43/44. There isn't too much new that I can say about this bug other than it has been fixed. The angle of the car bodies when standing on the ground is no longer variable. They all stabilize to their respective values again, no matter how you land. In patch 1.3/44, they weren't, and this issue was causing up to 1% variance in turning, which is why I hadn't updated the turning part of the car start spreadsheet. I've fixed that now, and the turning values are basically the same as they were before the rounding change. Sliding sideways across the ground when you were already standing still also seems to be gone from the game. The car's center of mass can still rest at slightly different heights though in specific situations. For example, when driving over the wall curve to the ground. This only causes around 0.01% inconsistencies in turning, so it's a non-issue. The second issue was from my second input lag video. In that video I explained my completely new testing setup, and I actually tested a lot of new scenarios and found some very interesting things. Including that different car actions, e.g. jumping or boosting, could have different input lag. In patch 1.43, the boost input lag went up by 1 physics tick, which is around 8 milliseconds. This was fixed according to the patch notes, and I can confirm that it actually is. I also went ahead and tested all other car input actions that I tested in the previous video, as well as the ones that I didn't, like actions in the air. The second jump, dodging, turning, boosting and acceleration. All actions changed the car location/rotation in the very first physics tick where the input was given, except for turning on the ground as well as regular acceleration without boost on the ground. They do however change the linear/angular velocity of the car immediately. It seems pretty weird that only these 2 actions work in that way, and they even work fine in the air. But based on the fact that I already reported this alongside the boost bug, I think it's pretty safe to assume that Psyonix is aware of this and there is either a good reason for why the actions behave differently or they are looking for a fix. I should mention here that when I initially tried to test the input lag of the new patch, my averages were changing around by 1.5 milliseconds after a simple alt tab, or even just waiting for a couple of minutes. That's probably not humanly noticeable, but for accurate scientific comparisons, it's bad. After rolling back to patch 1.44 and verifying that it actually had anything to do with the patch, which it did for me, I decided to try a clean reinstallation of my graphics card driver because I saw Psyonix Corey recommending it a couple of days earlier when people said they were having performance problems with the new Windows Spring update in combination with Rocket League 1.44. And it did indeed work wonders. My numbers are as steady and low as they've ever been before. This doesn't mean that everyone is affected. If your game is still running fine, then don't bother doing anything. But it seems that if your game suddenly has performance issues on any Rocket League or Windows update, it is definitely worth a shot to reinstall the driver. I'll leave a link to the guide I followed in the video description. In case you're just having issues with alt-tabbing taking forever since the Windows Spring update, you need to disable the automatic focus assist for games. Alright, enough about the patch. Next week is RCS World Championship. I'm gonna be there in London and it would be awesome to meet a lot of you, so make sure to come say hi if you're there too. In case you can't make it, it's most definitely still worth it to tune in on Twitch. Shout out to all my patrons that enable me to spend a lot of time on the channel with their financial support. If you decide to become one, then you'll get the benefit of some sneak peek info of upcoming videos like the one on controller input lag, as well as the ability to vote on the prioritization of topics. If you want to stay up to date about this channel, follow me on Twitter or join my Discord, and I'll see you soon for the next video.